Alright guys, so in this video I want to answer a question that I don't necessarily get a lot, but I figured it's worth answering. And that is, why did I get a G80 M3? Because there's a lot of factors that go into it, and I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, if you're gonna spend this much money on a car, why did you choose a G80 M3, especially when there's so many other cool cars you can get for the same money? So before I even begin answering that question, let me just clarify, if you guys don't know, this is a 2023 G80 M3 competition with xDrive. If you guys are new to my channel, I have modded this car already. I've done a whole bunch of carbon fiber stuff thanks to Keys Motorsports, of course. If you guys want any of this stuff, I'll leave it linked down in the description below. So this car is definitely not stock anymore. But anyways, let's get to the point of this video, and let me tell you guys why I chose this G80 M3 over any other car out there. If you guys didn't watch one of my first videos about the G80 M3, I did a total cost breakout, and I told you guys this car cost me $97,000, and that's before taxes or fees or anything like that. That's just the cost of the car itself. So $97,000, you can get a whole bunch of other cool cars for the money. But again, I chose this car for a few reasons. So let me just state the obvious. If you guys aren't new to my channel, you'll know this isn't my first BMW. I've actually had a few before, and I even own other ones right now. So to be very blunt, I just love BMW. I think they're a great brand. I think you get a lot of car for the money. I think they're a lot more reliable than people like to think that they are. So besides this G80 M3, I also own a BMW 330i, aka an F30. I used to own a 435, aka an F32, and I also used to own an X3 M40, aka the G01. So naturally, when it was time to get a faster and more fun car for myself and also for the channel, it made sense that I got a BMW M car. So yes, I could have gotten a whole bunch of other sports cars for that money, especially on the used market. But personally, I didn't want to go the Audi route or the Mercedes route or any other route. Although I love those cars and I love those brands, you guys will probably understand when I say this, but there's just certain cars that sing to me and certain brands that sing to me. Like for example, Hondas, BMWs, Porsches. I just love those brands. I love their cars. I can look at an Audi and I can look at a Mercedes and I can think that's a sick car and I can appreciate the car. However, it just doesn't sing to me the same way. I don't know if you guys can relate to that. So again, it only made sense that I got a BMW M car. So like I said, BMW M was the best route for me. But now, why did I go for an M3 as opposed to some other M cars? Well, one, let's start off with a new M car as opposed to a used one. So I've mentioned a few times on my channel that I'd really love to own an F80 M3. In fact, I actually went to go buy a few of them. I test drove them. It just happened that the ones that I went to go look at were just in bad condition and weren't worth buying. However, I kind of just decided to put a halt on that and stop going for an F80 M3 or an F82 M4, at least in the meantime, and that is also for several reasons. One, like I mentioned to you guys before, I already own an F30, I already owned an F32, so I've owned a few F3X chassis, and the F8X chassis, although it's definitely significantly better, although they do look different, and although they are different cars, they're still too similar to the cars that I've already owned and currently own for me to justify getting a third one. They're just too similar in terms of the exterior and especially in terms of the interior. And speaking of the interior, that is another big reason why I decided to go for a newer M car as opposed to an older one. But before we get into all that, let me fire up the car and we'll go for a drive. That way you guys can see like the POV perspective of this car's interior. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about that. So like I was saying, interior was a big reason why I chose a newer BMW M car. Of course, besides the fact that, you know, the interior of an F80 would just be way too similar, almost identical to the interior of the other cars that I've owned, one of which you can actually see right there on the backup camera. That's the 435, which now belongs to my brother. But besides the fact that it's just so similar, you just get the nicer interior with these cars. I don't know about you guys, but I would say, although I love a nice sporty car, one that's really aggressive, I really value just a nice interior. I guess like a luxurious sports car is my favorite. Like I don't see myself ever driving like a car with a gutted out interior other than on a racetrack. That's just me personally. I'm sure some of you guys disagree, and that's totally fine. I mean, if that's what you guys like, you know, go for it. We all like different things, and that's totally cool. However, for me personally, I'd much rather have a car that feels good on the inside, has a nice interior with like leathers and nice design. Now, I'm not saying you need a new car to get that. However, you definitely get that more with a new car. I mean, just look at this interior, guys. Like from the big screen, which I know some people hate, personally I love, to the newer steering wheel, all the leather throughout. I do have the extended leather, so that does make this interior feel a little nicer. I just value a nice luxurious interior, but I also value a car that can just put you back in your seat. So I think this car, or any new M car, is a great balance between those two. I'll even say on that, I could have gotten a new M car and not had it as like luxurious. Like I could have gotten a G80 M3 and just spec'd it a little differently, spec'd it a little less, made it a little cheaper. I could have gotten a base model without the extended leather, whatever it is, but I intentionally chose to get this car and then also build it in a way that makes it feel more luxurious, getting pretty much every package that you can get with it, getting the extended leather. Again, for me personally, I just really value those things. If it was up to me, guys, like I would drive a 7 Series day to day if I could. Like I just love that type of thing. So hopefully I'm making sense here, guys. I'm kind of just rambling. I didn't really plan this video out too much, if I'm being honest with you, but just to recap. So essentially I chose a BMW M car because I just like BMWs. To me, it was a natural progression from owning standard BMWs to now owning like a more aggressive and sporty car. And then the reason why I got a newer M car was because I just value like the additional luxury that this car offers as opposed to some previous cars. And then again, the previous generations were just too similar to the other cars that I've owned. But now to elaborate a little further as to why I got an M3 compared to any other new BMW M car, because of course I could have gotten an M4, an M8, an M5. Well, let's just make this one very simple. It comes down to money. I couldn't afford an M5, I couldn't afford an M8. So to me, an M2, an M4, or an M3 were the only options. When I bought this car, the new M2 wasn't even an option, and honestly, the M2 was too small, and also it was a coupe. That'll make sense in a second. So now when it comes down to the M4 versus M3, I needed a 4-door for a very simple reason. I usually have a car seat. You guys can tell I don't have the car seat in right now. That's because I don't like to leave it inside the car at all times. If I do, it'll start to like, you know, make these little indents in the seat and stuff like that. So whenever I'm using the car seat, I put it in. I have this car seat protector thing, which isn't gonna, you know, completely help it, but at least helps a little bit. And then when I'm not using the car seat, I actually just toss it in the trunk. That way I just avoid messing up my seats when I don't have to. But the point is, guys, I am a father. I do have a car seat in this car at times. So to me, an M3 was just way more practical and way more usable than an M4. Yes, you can put a car seat in the back of an M4, but it's just not as easy to deal with. I know some people actually commented and they said that they put car seats in the back of their 2 doors. Again, guys, I know it's possible. It's just not ideal. So to me, the added extra convenience of it meant a lot. And then not only that, I like the M3 more than the M4 for a lot of other reasons. Like I actually like some of the styling designs and cues on the M3 as opposed to the M4, especially like the rear arches and other things. I actually think this is a great looking car. I think if it wasn't for the car seat thing, it would have been a way harder decision between the M3 and the M4. But since I was already struggling and then I had to deal with the car seats, you know, it just made the M3 the easy decision. I mean, come on, guys. Even me as a coupe guy, you can't deny the G80 M3 looks like an absolute beast, especially with everything that I've done to it, like the front lip, the grills, and then even this recent mod that I did, this like duck style spoiler, which almost like extends the trunk and gives the car a more elongated look. I think once I lower it, especially, it's gonna look really, really good. But again, I'm a coupe guy, but still, this 4-door looks awesome to me. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop back inside the car because I'm starting to get a whole bunch of weird looks from the people in this parking lot. But anyways, one other thing I want to talk about is just the obvious performance of the G80 M3, the reliability so far of the S58 engine. So guys, just overall, the S55 was a great engine. However, the S58 is just that much better. It's been super reliable. There's no like crank hub issues or anything that's gonna cost me thousands of dollars to fix. So one of the reasons why I chose this car is because it is an absolute performance beast. It's a Monster 1 stock. You can tune it to insane numbers. And then not only that, it's been super reliable with other people. So I'm not worried about this car giving me issues, as opposed to previous M3s, which are also beasts and again, probably more raw and more exciting to drive. However, they all have their fair share of issues or potential issues, which isn't gonna necessarily stop me from getting them. However, it's just one plus. One thing though that really made this car convincing for me to get is the implementation of xDrive in BMW's M car. So this car, you can, and I did, get an xDrive. So now I have a 4-door car, which is practical for like that car seat in the back like I talked about. I also have an all-wheel drive car. Like this car just makes way more sense to daily drive in my opinion than a previous M3. So overall, guys, there's a lot of reasons why I chose a G80 M3. I put a lot of thought into it. It wasn't a quick decision for me. I had to go back and forth between a whole bunch of other things, but ultimately I landed on this car. I pulled the trigger on it and I couldn't be any happier. This car has treated me so well. It's only been 2,000 miles and it's only been a few months. However, I've had no issues with it. I've absolutely loved it. I think it's a very practical, very capable car. I do not regret getting this car whatsoever. I am super happy with my decision and even the way that I spec'd it. Yeah, sometimes I think like I could have done some things differently, but taking into account like the money and all that type of stuff, I think I made the right decision. So hopefully you guys understand. Again, I just wanted to make this quick video to explain why I chose this car if it wasn't clear or obvious before. But yeah, with that said, this video is pretty much done, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.